Well, it's great to be back. I have a question for you, Dr. Christian. You said solar works in rain and cloudy days. I'm from Buffalo. Does it work in the snow too? Just an observation,
We have tech people here.
We tech people, let me know that answer. And great to be back on campus, the site where we've done other environmentally oriented announcements, because that's such an important dynamic here in the Hudson Valley area and ties in beautifully with the curriculum that you're teaching your students in many capacities. And I love coming here in the past and seeing your 3D printing, which may now evolve into a whole new type of 3D printing, and the exposure that your students have here to the technologies and the jobs of the future, which is something I'm laser focused on along with our governor, to make sure that our SUNY system is meeting the needs of not just our students but the local employers as well. And this is a great opportunity for us. For your students here to be aware and to learn all about what is going on here, and this may spark an interest in them wanting to go into this. I was actually at an announcement in Buffalo with Alicia Barton, who I'll be talking about briefly from NYSERDA. We talked about how now the largest public school system, grade school system and high schools in the state is now Buffalo, New York, that's teaching students in how to understand the benefits of solar and solar panel fabrication. So I see the whole infrastructure, the ecosystem around this, which even expands beyond just what is happening on some rooftops here on this spectacular campus. So that's how I perceive this. I am delighted to be joined here by Alicia Barton, who is the head of NYSERDA, and she travels the state incessantly trying to uncover new ways to meet the energy goals which Governor Cuomo has set forth. And they are ambitious goals, and it takes a full-on team to be able to accomplish them. The work with NYSERDA, the people at NYPA, who I spend a great deal of time with. I just spoke at their Women in Power event recently, talking about how to get more women into careers that are oriented towards STEM and technology and engineering. And so it's been great to work with NYSERDA and NYPA. Justin Driscoll is here representing NYPA, as well as our elected officials who are present here today, our mayor, our supervisor. Thank you very much. I will let the experts give you more detail exactly how this works, but we are unveiling this $1.4 million solar energy storage system on the roofs of the gymnasium and the Sojourner Truth Library, as well as a battery storage system. Let me tell you why this makes a difference. You end up in a situation where there is a freak storm. The winds are high, the power lines come down, people are trapped in their homes or their college dorms without power. It is so important to build resiliency into the resources we have, and that is exactly the creative genius behind what we have done here on this campus, to be able to turn a gymnasium into an independently powered institution because of harnessing the solar power and the batteries. And that is what we're showcasing here today, and I believe can be replicated all over the state of New York. So it'll be used during emergencies or power outages to serve the entire campus and the community at large. And again, this ties in with the fact that we've already achieved 1,000% growth in statewide the solar market and serving customers like never before. So that's basically what today is about in unveiling this. But the timing is absolutely perfect in my judgment, not just because we're wrapping up Earth Week, but I had the extreme privilege last night to sit at a dinner table with Al Gore as he was being honored by the Lyndon Baines Johnson Environmental Award. Because if you understand, under President Johnson, this whole movement truly began. The recognition that we had the responsibility as citizens of this planet to make sure that we ensure its longevity and a better future for our children. And his wife, Lady Bird Johnson, was a driving force behind many of his initiatives, the 300 laws that affect the environment and nature that were signed by him as president. So last night was a celebration with their daughters, Linda and Lucy Johnson, and Al Gore received this award. And you needed to hear his speech to see the connectivity between what he spoke about and what he has dedicated his life to and what we're doing here today. And I feel blessed that I was able to be at the confluence of both of these. They talked about his latest documentary, and he is so passionate about making sure that people understand the urgency that we have to undertake in trying to protect our environment from what is going on before our very eyes. And the people who've been without power in this region and people who had to endure the effects of a hurricane that wiped out entire communities in Long Island and New York City. Events that should be thousand-year events that are occurring with great regularity here in our own state of New York. He spoke about this and the responsibility each one of us has to do our part to eliminate our reliance on fossil fuels because of the impacts it's having. That is what is going on in this room today. And I want you to know you're part of that narrative because of the vision, our state governor, our state agencies, your local college campus, and the community at large. You have responded to the call that Al Gore pleaded with us last night. Everyone do your part. Today, at SUNY New Paltz, we are doing our part, and that is something everyone in this room should be very proud of. Thank you very much.